John, tell me about Von Dutch.
Well, we, Steve and I mean, later on, I was now living in Hollywood because I was now making a film in Hollywood, or a bit later on in my life, towards the end of racing and all that sort of thing. He had his motorcycle with a big motorcycle shop down there, which was run by a guy called Bud Ekins, who was the American champion of off-road competition. And Bud Ekins had all these bikes and that sort of thing. So, you know, Steve and I had bikes from there. We could use whatever bikes we wanted to use and that sort of thing. And so we just went on doing that sort of thing, playing out. We would go out and ride on various places around Los Angeles and Hollywood and that sort of thing on our motorcycles. But the guy who painted the motorcycles, because he put all sorts of flames and things on the things like you did in those days. They did these with these funny race cars that Americans have in those things. Very funny.
Hot rods.
Yeah, hot rods and all that sort of thing, and painted all that stuff. But this guy was a very, very good painter, and he painted on the front of an ambulance or a police car. He would put the word the other way round so that if a car looked in their mirror, they could read it correctly. So they saw ambulance or police or something. And he could write naturally backwards. And so he started to do helmets that way and that sort of thing. And so he wrote Ford the other way round on my helmet. And so I had that helmet, and he signed it. And it turned out to be Von Dutch, who's this incredible, you know, person later who became very famous because of his clothing and all that sort of thing, that people took fashions from Von Dutch. But at the time that I met him, he was just a painter, but he signed my helmet. Von Dutch is on his helmet. And I also said to him, he said to me one day, he said, you race, what's the colour of your race car? And I said, well, it's red with gold stripes on it. And he said, oh yeah. And then the next day, he gave me this hat with a big Von Dutch thing on it, but it was a red and gold hat.
Wonderful.